Welcome everyone to HueFin. We're also known as HueFin News. Today is June the 7th, 2021. You guys can see right here, we're going to give you all a price prediction. Yes, I said it, a prediction for reserve rights token. You guys can see it's paired against Tether on the Binance exchange. And you can see we also did one previously in the market for reserve rights back in February. You know, it was during our Lookout live stream sessions to where one of our community members wanted us to take a look at this particular currency. We did at that time, and we played a weakness, and that is precisely what the market did at that moment. So we wanted to come through, update you all as to what we're seeing into the market and the reserve rights, and if we can actually expect this market to continue to give us some weakness, or can we hold some sideways trading for a while and then see the market prop up in price. We're going to break this down right now. So before I do, if you want to join our team, join our community, we're here. We're not going to give you any FUD, any FOMO. The only thing that we're worried about on this side is the price and where it's going to go. And we don't need to look at umpteen articles. We don't have to place 5, 6, 7 indicators on our chart just to see where it's headed. You don't have to do all of that. And if you would like to see that, if you'd like to participate and learn as much as possible, then you need to follow us. Join this community. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tap that bell notification as well, because you will have the opportunity to call the markets with us. So let's do this real quick. Let's run by our price prediction that we did last time for reserve rights in February 20th, 2021. At that moment, we saw the market in reserve rights as weak, and we played that weakness into the market, and it definitely exceeded our expectations to where we would expect the market to hold support. 15.5% though, in terms of us seeing that weakness. I mean, the market still came all the way down and held support alongside that ascending line. That would have given you 30% profitability. But either way it go, this is what we're all about. We're here to take the bag right back from the trap. The trap is the one you see on the bottom left side of my screen. He doesn't like you. He doesn't like me. He only likes the money that we place in these positions so that he can take it from us, right? So this time we was able to take the bag from him. This is what we're all about. Take this away. So first things first, even if I were to extend this ascending line, you can clearly tell that the market in Avalanche broke that trend, right? We saw this market in, Avalanche in reserve rights literally round the top and saw the market break back down below that ascending line, right? It topped out right here on April the 16th around 11-12 cents. Since that time, we've been trading well below those numbers. Okay. So now what I'm going to do with this ascending line, since the market is no longer following it, there's no need for us to keep it on our chart. We need to use it in a way that is more applicable and would be more benefiting to us and our predictions, right? So this is one area of restriction around 5 cents. The market price is around 3.5. This is the next area of support, which is around 4.5 cents. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to continue to play the market weakness in reserve rights. I'm going to bring it up here because I literally expect the market to try to, if we do see some strength, to try to come up to this particular level, which is around a nickel, and try to hold that area for restriction. Okay. So as I look through these varying time frames, you guys can still see that the market is generally still giving us some weakness, but relax. I want you to see this. I want you to see how the market in reserve rights was trading during this time period, right? This is what we need to continue to see in the market in reserve rights. We need to see the market just bounce in between support of around 3 cents all the way up there to a nickel, right? We need to see that. And as we continue to see this market do that, that tells us that this market is building up its next energy for the movement higher and eventually break is above a nickel. This is what we needed to see. I mean, we did the same thing already in January through February. The whole month of January, we've seen this market in reserve rights just bounce. We need to see that again. So when we look at these different time frames, if we cannot see any strength continue while the market is bouncing in between those two areas, then we know that the market is going to continue to go lower in price. Okay. And currently that's what we're seeing, that the market in reserve rights is still giving us some weakness. But I tell you one thing, the market has enough interest or demand in the space to keep it from actually dropping severely further to the downside. I could give you that. So real quick, 5-day time frame. Again, the market here in reserve rights is not extremely weak. So what I'm really expecting is for this market to consolidate between our two lines. Okay. One thing you can see here on the 90-minute time frame is the market in avalanche literally making higher lows. That's a positive thing to see. We need to see this market in reserve rights continue to do that. So let's do this real quick. We're going to go ahead and place some of this weakness into the market in reserve rights. Okay, now I really think this area of restrict is going to be around 4.5 cents though. So we'll go ahead and do it there. And let me take this back over to the daily time frame. I actually kind of like it though in an hourly time frame to see this market go up higher in price. So let's go ahead and bring this over. Bring this in a little bit closer. And this is how we're going to play the prediction. This is what we're seeing into the market in reserve rights. Not much. I mean, literally, I'm just looking for the market to really trade in between those two lines. And if we see that strength come through, you know, as what we're pretty much getting here, I will be looking for the market to go higher, but we're not there yet in reserve rights. So when I look at this on a 2-day to 3-day time frame, that's where I'm really seeing the weakness. And which is why we're going to continue to play that out into the market in reserve rights. Okay. So now it's your turn. Call the markets right alongside with us. What do you think about reserve rights? Where do you think the price is headed? Do you think we're not going to get too much price action like we are? Are you seeing this market just really trade within these two lines on our chart? Or do you think the reserve right token will break up to the upside above 5 cents? Or do you think we're going to break down below 3 cents? Just let us know, because you need to learn how to read the market for yourself. Be independent. When you come into the store, you need to learn how to shop and determine which product is on discount and which one is expensive. This is what we're seeing. So now I want to know, what do you see? Let us know with a comment in the comment section. And that's it. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.